Go inside the view. Let's go first import our, and we can import two ways. We can import as a high field map, and we can import as a OBJ file. So import as a OBJ mesh. It's very easy. All what we need to do, just take this mesh, literally drag and drop, and you can see it's preset. Okay, we want to apply dialog, so we'll just create new, and it will just take a little bit time importing, and we'll look in a second how we can do same things with other ones. So right here is our mesh, and you can see it's a little bit smaller, kind of weirdly small. To do this, let's go inside the presets, and if you remember, it was kilometers, so it's 19 kilometers. Actually, it's a 19 km by 19 kilometers, so it's right there, and that will set our mesh about right. It's become quite a bit size. Okay, so we'll go place it around here, take our camera, we can bring up and look down. And you can see this is about size. Let's go maybe from this angle. So this is this simple, just creating. The next ones we can also going to do, we'll just need to create high field terrain. Okay, let's go same with the high field terrain. We'll just says 19 kilometers by 19 kilometers. We'll go edit inside the editor. Now let me turn it off. And right here, what we need to do is just using our image. Actually, let me cancel. I want to increase my resolution by 2048 by 2048 because I want to match the image that producing for best result. Okay, next we want to disable our edges. So we'll have it just straightforward. We'll take our image, import data. Let's go click on an icon and the site says preloaded. Okay, it's preload. We navigate, we'll select our high field that we saved before. Click OK. Let's go 100% to the pictures. Click OK again, and one more time OK. So we'll just let's set up right there at this point, and we'll take our camera, preview. Actually, you know what? Let's go just almost like bring camera above two of them. Look up. And even this one does not look very sharp, but it is actually have the same amount of details or maybe better because they exactly same resolution polygons. Actually, if we'll move camera closer to this area, you'll see that right here maybe. It will provide same, just how much render. Actually, you know what? Let's do this with atmosphere editor. We'll go to sky, fog, and haze. We'll just remove all of this stuff. So we'll have a clear view, and we'll switch to the standard for the case so we can preview here. Let's go to main camera, disable after exposure. Okay, and next we'll go to renders. We'll go render preview, final, render on screen. Okay, let's go. Just click render so we can see, and you can compare how two of them will look about same resolution. Actually, in some cases, the imported maybe even provide a little bit more details, but they should be exactly the same because of resolution. So it doesn't matter which one you're using, object or procedural. And it depends. In Vue, I will say if you want to just allow you to model and other stuff, I will go with the high field terrain, and I will add this map and use it because on this case, anytime I can go back to my editor and I can actually modify here. I can increase some elements, removing whatever I wanted. With the objects, you kind of already stuck to this at all. Okay, so let's get, oops, I moved my again stuff. Let me go put it back so it does not fly. Okay, now we can work on texturing, and this will be texturing similar on both of them because we're using image. Doesn't matter if you're using mesh or if we're using this, will be same techniques to this case. Again, with same things with mesh, you can open just texture editor and go from there. But I will do again example as on a terrain high field that we're going to use. And actually, and right now, let me just even hide that one out. Okay, so we'll open editor, and in a color we're also going just select a mapped picture, and let's go open our location, and you can see we have it default, so we can open this way, but it is open as a simple material. So actually what we want to switch to PBR because we have those materials that work very well with PBR. So let's switch to PBR, and you can see right here we have it mapped. Let's go to switch object parametric, so it will assign directly to our image as we want it. Okay, next we'll have it additional. If you remember, we have our material high, we have it metallic and all, and it's what we're going to do. So let's go start with and metallic. I don't know if we need to import, but we can do just so showing you. We'll go map pictures. Let's go again here, and we'll go in map, and right here it's all black, so we don't really care. We'll open this one. Roughness, we do have it, so we'll have it mapped pictures. Again, we'll go inside, and this is our roughness. I think this one. So we'll just roughness. We'll go to ambient occlusion, mapped pictures. Let's go select again, and our ambient occlusion right there. Open that one, so you can see we're adding more and more normals. We can always also go just because we have our normal map. We'll just apply this, which is add more texturing and interesting effect to this as well. In some cases, your bump map, you can use it mapped picture in a height. That will also add some element to this. And I think this is about all what we have. We have it our roughness, we have it ambient occlusion, metallic, height, colors, and we have it some other normal which we don't use it. I think it's about all. Let's go click OK, take our camera, and let's see when we get closer to ours, what we preset at this time, if our matching. And I can tell from here already that our texturing is matching just fine. Let's go take also sun, and we'll position sun somewhere around there. Okay, with atmosphere editor, let's switch back to photometric, so we have a little bit more natural look. Haze, fog. Okay, our brightness is adjustable, and we'll just bring light like around here. I just want to be sure we have a nice view. On our terrain. I'm going to actually give it a little bit higher resolution. Let's render. I'm going to pause this tutorial till render is completed, even it's going faster, and we'll check in a second when it's done. Okay, so we have it rendering completed. You can see we have it quite a bit strong, I think, on a bitmap. So we'll go back to our terrain. Open editor. We'll go to the bumps and depth. I want just decrease maybe 0.01. So I don't want very high. Same as the normals. We can just slightly decrease so it won't be as strong. Okay, at this point we can actually take our camera, and you can find the better view. I think valley kind of look very cool if we're going with the river. There also one big benefit, and that's what I like to use in Vue. Those all maps that we created, we can still use them. So for example, we're creating, this is our PBR material, our base, but if I want it, I can actually create a new layer. Okay, let's be sure it's object parametric set, and we'll convert this to the ecosystem. So next, let's go to add plant, And as an add plant, I'm just going to select the pine tree. We'll just use one as example on this. Okay, next we'll go to we have a density. You can see we also have our scaling orientation. So let's go inside the density. We'll check variable density on this. And we can also edit our function inside. And you notice right here we have a color map of distribution. What do we want? We want to create our map attachment. So let me increase size so we can preview what we have here. Okay, and we'll go inside the texture map, project texture map. Let's go right here, click, we'll add it. Project map. Let's go to preload standard map. And we'll just navigate. And right here, I want to take just the flow map for this. Okay, and we'll now can connect. So we'll have our density. We'll go to connect to our density. Click OK. Actually, I should switch tab, but that will work just fine. So if we click populate, this take a little bit time because it's very huge. Maybe I should actually cancel our population. And I'll just make very few plants. Okay, and you can see it populated where we have flow. So it's add plants, trees in the area where we have those flow set up. So our map right here on the top. So of course we can modify even this even better. So let's go take ours and just bring slightly down. So we'll have at least a little bit contrast add to our system on the populations. We also on a presence, for example, I want to take a little bit off from altitude down and fuzziness on top. In this case, we have it a little bit smoother. If you have a hard time to see what's happening, remember you can always switch to just highlights. And on a highlighter in our windows, on the side right here, you can see the population where those populations will happen for the plants. So in this way, it's kind of help us to see distribution, what's happening. So for example, if I take a little bit more down, you can adjust in a view. Let's go a little bit there also. And okay, ecosystem. So we can preview where it's the cutting off so the plant won't go up on top. However, you know what, let's plant a bit higher. Okay, also I'll go on density, edit filter, and sometimes you may want to kind of refresh. So because it is depending how it's will positioning. So we'll add a little bit more contrast to that area. Okay, I think this is about right. Let's uncheck it and we'll go over it. So density, we want pop up a little bit. That's not too much because we have quite a bit of the plants here. We want to size, want to add clumping. So they will go like in the blocks kind of for us. Let's go on a scaling. We'll just leave it the same scale as default. Let's go to lean out a little bit more. Angle is fine. We'll shrink a little bit on low density, so it's going up. And we'll just leave it as default. Variable scaling. We could also apply this on the height to go higher is lower or whatever, but I think it's fine. And the coloring, we could also change just slightly. Let's make it a little bit more darker on some areas, low density. I think that is good. Let's go click population. Again, it will take a little bit time right now to populate because we have a lot of plants. Okay, so population is done, and you can see we have about 302 million plants there. Okay, let's go take our main camera. From top view, you can see where the flow was happening. Let's bring a little bit more down, and it's quite a bit actually. If you imagine those plants, they're actually huge, humongous. And we already created around here, maybe Let's go a little bit up. I just want preview kind of terrain, and we can set up all this different view. Okay, let's go look on our sunlight, and sunlight going about to the camera will just slightly change position. I do like shadowing calm, but I also want to see my mountains adjustments. Bring a little bit up. Let's preview. Yep, is add. Again, we have all these plans, but it's maybe need a little bit more. We'll see. We'll maybe pop up to some billions of the instance there. Okay, let's go to atmosphere editor for this. And we have it photometric, which is very nice. We'll leave it there. I don't want to add any clouds because it will be crazy on the render time. We could maybe leave it later, but again, as example, we'll just keep for now. But I want to add a little bit more of the fog haze, and we'll add slightly more glowing from the sun from this area, and maybe around there. I think that about good. Aerial perspective will cut some of those elements in the back. Will give it us fog preview again, and we'll go to the our base after this. Is just I want to create like almost artistic kind of look. Okay, quality, let's pop up list to the 0 on this case. And you know what, decay, let's pop up all the way. I want to see how red it will become. Not necessarily like that red. We'll go to a little bit more natural on the decay. Yeah, I think this look a little bit better. You know what, actually let's add just one cloud. Who can say no to the clouds? Okay, let's go to our density, and I'll take my density all the way to about maybe 2.1, opacity 100%. I'll just add a little bit of those whispering clouds to this area. We can drop altitude to about 1 kilometer, pop up, add altitude variation, put it more on ambient light. So we'll just have it a little bit more on those clouds. Kind of will be milky in a way. Again, a sky and fog, let's reduce glowing. That should bring a little bit better on our clouds. Not sure if I like it now. Let's bring back a little bit glowing. Choose here. We'll add, and we'll remove some sky and drop fog a little bit lower. So let's just add this edge I'm trying to cover. Okay, we're good on this one. Let's go select our sunlight. We'll take sunlight and bring just a little bit down and more around the camera. So we'll see if it's flattened. The problem is sometimes it starts flattening our image. I'll maybe bring back towards the camera. Up, like right there. Okay, let's go actually in atmosphere editor. I want to bring haze back up slightly. And a little bit glowing. Just small adjustments. Okay, on our clouds, they're a little bit too washed out, so we want to bring back density to bring some of those clouds back. Yeah, we can preview them right there. There was a little bit too low density on them. And we can also drop opacity, bring a little bit more density to up. We can preview them. And you know what, let's go cover, drop cover less, because I don't want to cover all the way, but I want just a little bit on our clouds. Okay, again, remember we're way far away. It's teeny tiny plants there. So when we take our camera, and we'll just bring a little bit closer. Maybe around here. Kind of preview valley there. Let's go to our terrain, open terrain one more time, and we'll get density, pop up density up. This should give us quite a bit, about maybe 500 million or 600 even. We'll go populate the all. You can use always dynamic population that will reduce amount of the system. I know I have enough memory to handle this in my computer, but overall if you have a little bit less, so you maybe want to look on dynamic population. Okay, yes, did you want create? Yes, I want it. There you go. Let's preview how many instances. Yep, it's what I was saying, about 500. Let's go click OK. We'll go render this image. It will take a little bit time because I had atmosphere and other elements. And I'm going to pause this tutorial and we'll resume when this render is done. Okay, so right here, our render is done, 22 minutes. Again, it's kind of nice, but you know what? I want to see actual textures and terrain, what is happening. So we'll go redo this a little bit. So we'll save that one. We'll go take our population, and you know what? We'll don't need this layer, so we'll just remove the ecosystem population. Okay, we'll go on top. Let's take our main camera, make way up so we can preview our terrain better. Maybe, you know, even right here somewhere. Okay, next couple things we'll go modify. It is an atmosphere editor. We'll remove the clouds. So faster render, we'll switch render to the standard spectrum. This way, can preview. We'll go to sky fog haze, remove all of this stuff. Pop, take it down. So we'll just have a nice clear view on this. I'll take aerial perspective down even more. Okay, let's go to the lights and we'll just switch light just a little bit to desaturated. So I'll give it this. Let's go bring brightness up overall. Okay, maybe even higher. And a little bit on the ambient so we don't have too much highlights in this area. Okay, I click OK. Our sun will just move slightly on the side. And let's bring up a little bit. I think that way look better. Again, bring camera. Just maybe up, adjustments, and like look a little bit down. Like this. I think that a little bit better. Okay, sunlight. Let's go to edit shadow. And we just use it shadow map for now. Could actually switch to ray tracing. It will be just a bit brighter. We'll see. Okay, let's go to my main camera. I want to be sure we just no exposure field, nothing that will make even brighter for us. So we can take our lights and bring a little bit down. Well, you know, let's go just even take this all the way down. Go intensity 0. We'll just take sky fog clear all the way, so we don't need it. So just even 0 on our aerial perspective. So we'll just clear up everything that we can. We could also just decrease a little bit more in atmospheric. That should bring a little bit darker, but it also clarify. Okay. Okay, so we set up this lighting. Actually, you know what? Let's take our sunlight. move a little bit up so we have it better kind of preview on those. You know what, also I still think in some case shadows give it more depth, and it's actually what I want, maybe around here like this. So we'll have it some shadows there. Let's bring closer to the camera. That will reduce some of those shadowing around. I think we're good on this. Let's check. We have it nice, everything preset. Okay. So we're going to render now. I'm pausing and then as I continue once render is done. And right here, our render completed. Actually, you can see it's took quite a bit fast because we don't have an atmosphere, we don't have a skies. All these volumetric things, they will slow down our render. And here's our terrain. Again, we have a very nice, beautiful layering over. Again, remember, this is 19 kilometers by 19 kilometers, so it's quite a bit large size. And if we do like we've done before with ecosystem population, this will take quite a bit of resources, but again, it's possible doing. But overall, I think it is a nice way to create terrain, import, use it inside the Vue to texturing very fast and use it. Okay, so in the next tutorials, also check out from the series when we're going and take this terrain and import it inside Unity, Unreal, and maybe some other engines. Thank you.